Stefan, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank
Okay.
you. Having a good time.
Feeling good here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the best festival location I've been to in a very long time.
Okay.
Last year we played a show in Zagreb, which was organized also by Marin on the organization of 𝗙𝗘𝗧𝗏, and there we heard also about the festival.
Colour Haze, definitely cornerstone of the psychedelic rock scene for 30 years already, yeah? How has your musical style evolved since the band's beginnings? And what elements have you remained like constant?
I think from the very beginnings, which were more into different stuff that was on vogue in the early 90s, which was more dark and more heavy and more weird to some extent. And then we made a big transition to, I think you could say, classic stoner rock in the late 90s. And so this was the basic step, and I think we kept the sound we developed there, but then over the years expanded the music more and more again to lots of different styles and ways of playing and scales and whatever and arrangements to incorporate in our music. Sacred was actually an album that grew out of the lockdown years. So the problem with it was that we were in a big transition with the band, as our longtime bass player Philip was leaving, and we have a new bass player with our longtime sound engineer Mario. And also just integrated Jan into the band, and suddenly we couldn't rehearse and play anymore. So a lot of the music I wrote at home. Normally we try to make music all together, doing improvisations, and then pick up pieces from the improvisations and bring them back later on to build up the compositions in a very organic way. And this time we had a more classic approach to songwriting. So, and it was also the idea to make it more of a rock, not a psychedelic album, to make shorter tracks as far as we can do. That was in the time and with the surroundings, that was all that played into that album.
Do you still things do analog?
Yes.
All of them?
All of them.
Wow. Wow, okay, that's completely specific. Yeah?
Yes. I like to get magic moment of playing a song in a studio, and so we play the basic track live, without vocals and without a lot of overdubs, but the basic tracks, drums, guitar, bass, is always live in the studio in one room, and it's easier to capture that and get a good sound of that in an analog way. It's more forgiving on that, and I think it never turned out that good in studio on digital recordings. And well, you are reduced to this process, and then you have to be more focused. You can't erase mistakes or something. So everything you hear on the record is like played it. If you make a mistake, it's on the record.
Almost there's no undos.
There's no undos. Okay. There's some sort of tricks and there's some sort of undos you can do, or to cover up things. But yeah, basically it's more about the moment of creating it. It's a technique that puts you back to the core of things of creating stuff, and not so much sitting in front of a screen sorting out some files and whatever.
It's completely different.
It's completely different. And as a musician, I'm playing the guitar with my hands, and so I like a process also because also making an album, mixing it in the studio is a process of making something with the music, of being creative with the music, and I also like that to keep in my hands. So I like the analog process because I have everything simply at hand. And then in the end, the master, it's digital, but that's okay because then I let it out. Then it becomes some kind of virtual and can go out into the world.
How do you tailor your set list for a festival audience?
Yeah, we have to tailor a bit because also for us, like 60 minutes is a quite short playing time, and I think for a festival it's a long playing time, but we have very long songs, so we try to tailor it that it's entertaining, and we show a bit of everything that we do in our musical styles and take the audience with us, of course. So we have to be very much on spot about getting everything into these 60 minutes, but I think we will succeed.
Improvisation, yes or no?
There's only a few solo passages which get improvised, and the rest is composed actually. So that's where there will be one long guitar solo in Transformation, the last song, which I will improvise to a big extent, but otherwise, no.
Okay.
But anyways, we are looking forward to, enhance the people with some good. It's a really nice festival audience, also very relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm looking most forward to take a bath.
Believe so.
Yeah.
But it's cold, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, great.
I'm used to that from my childhood because in Munich we have the river Isar, and there you have also beaches, and the river's really also cold, like 14 degrees. It comes from the mountains. So I was used in my childhood to go bathing. And
You're more a river type of guy than a sea, maybe.
well, actually, swimming is a sport that suits me quite fine, but actually I'm a swimming bath type of guy. I want to make, some clean lines on the pool,
Nice.
going back and forth.
Nice.
This is
Then
what
how do you create that unique concert experience?
That's hard to tell because that's on a very subtle level. I think the idea, what we want to do, of course, is that with our live performance, we give something good or the best possible to the people listening to us. And the best possible we could maybe give with a concert is really uplifting energy, power, or something like that. But therefore you have to push back basically, and because you are not doing this, you have to let this happen. So for me then in the end, being on stage means to maximum concentration on playing the music. So I'm just concentrating on playing well in every aspect. And for the rest, maybe hopefully happens for the audience.
What advice would you give, I don't know, to the younger bands that are coming maybe right now and just starting out in some psychedelic rock scene?
Look out for a unique voice of your own. Try to be original. Try to make your own mark. Maybe even try something. Be weird. Be off. Don't copy it too much. Try to find your own ways.
Thank you. And do you have maybe some message for the 𝗙𝗘𝗧𝗦 Festival and guys here who are maybe will
Only
be
love.
here? Only love. I love it. Then only with love we are letting you go.
Thank you
Go
very
to
much
swim
for
and
having me.
enjoy. Thank you, Stefan.
Okay.
Bye. See you.
Bye.